how's it going? Welcome back to Monofossil. We're in the restaurant. Little victim, Monsieur Elg. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There was no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that blood poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for me to do the acting.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all?
Je found the man, pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I late because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination.
Watch. The victim, Monsieur Elg. He came to my restaurant alone.
Was he alone at this table as well?
Yeah, I saw him from the kitchen.
Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears that there was another man at the victim's table.
Unfortunately for you, Trite, yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bitter sweet boat.
What kind of coffee has he been drinking?
Mercury. It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet.
Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden.
I remember the old man arriving not long after him.
By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, right?
Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong.
It was terrible.
It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, Monsieur. You almost welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. I had fucking severe diarrhea after that sip.
So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. How many minutes after what?
After Glenelg came in.
Oh, okay, that one, sure. Or, yeah, fine, whatever.
Okay, good. It was the other one. It was the other one.
Damn.
Yeah, so might as well do this for now.
So you're saying that not much time elapsed between when the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oui, that is correct.
But that still leaves the possibility that something happened at the gap of time. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed?
It's busy. Approximately 2 minutes, I will say.
2 minutes? That's all?
It seems unlikely that anything untoward could have happened in such a short time.
Rats. I knew I shouldn't have pursued this line of questioning.
You fucking dummy. Oh, yeah. What time was it?
Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh, no. I cannot remember, Monsieur.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10, no?
Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsieur. You are wonderful.
Ha ha ha! I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Oui, Monsieur George. Everything I do for you.
And everything I say, you walk away. Everything I do it for you. Mercy, Vian! That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha!
I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself. He's the only person that's in a good mood constantly.
Yeah.
I remember the old man arrived. That's a new statement. I remember the old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m.
Are you absolutely sure about it this time?
When I think it really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. It is lunchtime. I stopped serving the lunch menu.
Quite right. I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Ha ha!
I guess you should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch.
Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already.
Witness, get on with your testimony, please.
There were no other customers.
So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim?
How many times do you need to ask the same thing, shite? You never catch me drinking the same blend twice.
Huh?
You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. You're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee. If you catch my drift. I've tried.
There's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it.
When he got word that he won the lottery, Mon El became very excited.
Did you see him?
No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes, $500,000!" Presumably the defendant heard that too, then, correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dove.
And what about Mr. Kudo?
The old man choked on some birdseed and got stuck in its throat.
It seems we now have yet another incident on our hands.
It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred.
And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill.
I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur.
Sorry, what do you mean?
There is the chef, Jean Armstrong, and the tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong.
Clarice?
Oui, it is writing the poem, an angry tale of a chef and $500,000 in debt, looking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for the court.
Please don't.
Now there was no time for a phony to do the acting.
You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred?
I asked the old man to come from the payphone. My own argument, chart. The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so that the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, his opportunity would completely disappear.
Indeed.
Young, it seems that shadow of doubt has been lifted. No support. I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh?
Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all.
But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too?
She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember?
You mean that's when the phony staged his act?
Well, we know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony.
Alright, what do you want me to do?
Came alone.
Oh yeah, he came to his restaurant alone. He arrived not long. The old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. This is a new statement. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Mr. Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. There was no time to do any acting. This is the new statement.
Arrived just after 2 p.m. Let's see what we got on this.
Oh yeah, so yeah. This is him writing stuff on this paper. Okay. John's in $500,000 in the red. Victor broke his valves. This is where the victim was sitting. After the report, they told me that it was between 1:30 and 2:30. This is him dead. Shame. You know what? Let me do one thing. Let me stop the recording because my computer sounds like it's gonna die. Okay. So the coffee had potassium cyanide. It's covered in Maggie, the victim's Maggie fingerprints. This is the winning lottery ticket for $500,000. It was on Maggie's body. This was won by Apron. This was won by Apron. This was won by Maggie at the time of the incident. The poison was found inside of the apron of Maggie. The prescription bag is empty. Glenn was supposed to go there on the 3rd to meet the tiger.
Wait, does it say what time they're supposed to meet?
No.
Okay.
We got the radio flyer, the lottery numbers that I was listening to. Experience the most thrilling 2 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30. Come to lunchbox, important. Don't care. These were matches found in Tender for Tribulations. And then the victim's ear medicine with unidentified fingerprints.
Alright, let's go through these statements again.
Fucking goddamn it, dude. I'm so. Okay. Monsieur, he came alone.
He was meeting the tiger. I mean, I guess he was meeting.
Yeah, I mean,
him.
like he
Tiger
came
could
alone.
Already been there.
Yeah.
Alright.
The old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m.
Which means that he would have arrived.
So
at
that means
like
that
2.
So the old man got there at 2 p.m. and then that means he had to have listened to Glenn Elg winning the lottery.
But he actually listened to that radio program that read off the numbers, right?
Yeah. That's how he knew he won the lottery.
But that airs at 1:30. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Wait, that must be the show Mon Elg was listening to?
I can't see any problem with his testimony, Mr. Bright.
I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m.? Correct?
Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, Chite. If you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. And it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life!
It's on the air at 1:30.
Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time! No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these motherfucking facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs and Trey Beyond that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elg acted on the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Quite a performance, Chite. You're almost on the roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this, Music Theory 101?
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then what a real Glen Elg is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead.
That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Thank you, Chite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elg, then where did his killer hide the body of the real victim?
Yeah!
The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body?
Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture, Chite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence?
What with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
Thought I had him. With that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead.
Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed?
Oh my god, is there actually an answer to this?
Yes.
That we know?
Yeah.
The real body.
Yeah, but like, well, I mean, like, you can speculate, you know.
Freezer.
Which will be in the...
In the tray beyond. Freezer.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tray Beyond.
Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed in Tray Beyond is the kitchen.
Ooh.
The body was in it!
I see.
Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? What's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
You hear that?
Yeah.
No, it sounded like someone like threw like a skillet.
Oh no, it's a cat
Doing what?
eating out of a can.
Oh. Calm down, bro. That sounds like a skillet over there. Evidence shows the body was hidden in that location.
Yeah.
God, he got a dead body, you know, in the kitchen. That's a lot of pressure. You got to charge $20 for your food.
It's always been 20 bucks.
Actually, that's why the food tastes like shit, because there's a dead body fumigating the whole fucking thing.
It's always tasted like shit.
Okay, alright.
So is there any like traces of Glen Elg within the kitchen?
Oh yeah, his freaking ear shit. Perfume butter.
I'll take it.
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The eye is quality only for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen.
God, you killing my ears. And everybody else's ears.
It's a great sound, actually.
No, it's not.
Here, I'll do it again on this side. Ready for this?
It's a horrendous sound.
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations.
Cool. But I only use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
This bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication.
What kind of medication?
I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? Mr. Elk visited an
otolaryngological, yeah,
clinic and was given medication that day.
Oh, sad. You can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. Contents of the bottle match the prescription that was given to Mr. Elk. Glenn Elk's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong. When the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu.
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Glenn Elk?
Never. I could never do such a horrible thing.
Mr. Goto?
The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
Yo hablo Espanol. Mr. Armstrong and por favor is Spanish.
I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No. Absolutely no. Let's hear it. You've got one shot.
One opportunity.
Right, Gramps?
To seize everything you've ever wanted in one moment. Will you capture it? Or let it slip?
Look at it.
Witness.
Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Goto, Mr. Goto's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel.
Oui, it is clear.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Yeah.
Mom, spaghetti. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this.
They never say that.
Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
And we'll get to the final testimony.
And the next episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, I was gonna get it. Trials and Tribulations. Make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and hit that bell so you can be notified every time that we upload a new episode, which is every single damn day. Bye. I love you.
Goodbye.